Introducing the all-new Italiano range of pizza. Pizza Ultimo. Pizza Hut.
A very good afternoon to you. I'm Shahin Rampati and welcome to your lunchtime news bulletin here on MTV Sports with News First. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Suspect connected to the double murder in Anuradhapura arrested. Israel says Russian anti-aircraft missiles in Syria will pose a threat to them. Reports emerge that SLPLTM owners act as IPL bookies. Well, today is the third day of President Mahinda Rajapaksa's state visit to China. Yesterday, President Rajapaksa visited the China Academy of Space Technology in the outskirts of Beijing. The institute, which comes under the purview of the Chinese government, serves as the Beijing Aerospace Command and Control Center.
This is the President, Chairman of... Presence of the aviation.
We're making headlines this afternoon. Two individuals belonging to the same family have been murdered in the Ambepura area in Anuradhapura. According to the police, the deceased have been identified as a mother and daughter who are residents of the Ambepura housing complex. The police say that an argument had broken out between an individual who arrived at the house and the owner of the house. The individual had stabbed the owner while the owner's wife and daughter were killed. The deceased who was stabbed to death have been identified as 60-year-old Sheila Karunaratna and 23-year-old Takshila Karunaratna. The owner of the house is currently receiving treatment at the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital. According to the police, an individual who is believed to be connected to the double murder was arrested when he attempted to flee the area. During interrogations, the individual had revealed that the cause of the assault and double murder was a love affair. Meanwhile, Ugandan President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni arrived at the Bandaranaike International Airport aboard a special flight last night. The Ugandan President was welcomed to the island by a large group, including Deputy Minister of Finance, Senior Minister Dr. Sarath Amunugama. An airport spokesperson said that a meeting was held between President Yoweri Museveni and Senior Minister Dr. Sarath Amunugama. The aircraft landed in Sri Lanka while en route to Korea. Deputy Minister of Higher Education Nandimitra Ekanayaka says that a distant relationship between Buddhists and the temples would lead to the fall of Buddhism. Now, he made this statement during a special function in the Naula area in Matale. The ceremony was held to hand over the Sannas Patraya to appoint Venerable Talakiriyavi Vimalratna Thero, the chief incumbent of the Sri Gangarama Vihara in Ambana, as the chief prelate of the Eastern Province. The event was held at the Sri Vidyartha Mahapirivena in Ambana. Distancing oneself from the temples is causing the downfall of Buddhists. Buddhism, meanwhile, is on the path of destruction as more monks are beginning to leave the order. The monks give up their robes because they are frustrated by the criticism leveled by us. Buddhists complain about the slightest shortcomings and criticize our monks. There may be shortcomings, but we must remember that they are far more righteous than us. A public rally was held in the Valiveri area in Bingiri yesterday under the auspices of the leader of the Democratic Party, Sarath Fonseca. Now, Fonseca spoke on the education sector at the occasion. 350,000 students enter schools annually. However, only 20,000 of them are granted university entrance. It has come to a point where students who obtain 3As cannot enter university. Then what happens to the remaining 330,000? They do not receive a higher education and therefore will be left unemployed. Well, to take a look back at one of our local stories, a new building of the Pudukkode Iruppu Divisional Hospital was declared open yesterday by Minister Basil Rajapaksa.
The building was constructed with funds from the Ministry of Economic Development. Various people will say things to drive you to the bygone era by sowing seeds of hatred and jealousy. There are 80 million of our neighboring country. People might say that they have the assistance of the diaspora and the Western countries and conjure various things up in order to mislead you. Those who are elected from your vote are the people who urge countries not to provide assistance to Sri Lanka to build houses and roads. Meanwhile, Minister Basil Rajapaksa also attended the opening ceremony of the new building complex of the Pudukkode Iruppu Pradeshya Sabha.
Well, according to India media reports, two owners of a Sri Lanka Premier League cricket team are believed to be involved in spot fixing in the recently concluded Indian Premier League.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, we won the last previous two, so hopefully we can get...
The reports further said that Bollywood actor Vindudara Singh has reportedly told Mumbai police that two bookies named Sanjay and Pawan are the owners of one of the franchises in the Sri Lanka Premier League. However, the Sri Lanka Premier League team owned by the two bookies is yet to be revealed. Meanwhile, yesterday, the Board of Control for Cricket in India announced a 3-member inquiry commission to investigate the spot fixing scandal. The inquiry commission has 2 independent members and 1 BCCI member. BCCI President N. Srinivasan had initially said that the 3-member committee will have 2 BCCI members and 1 independent member, something that was heavily criticized by the media, which questioned whether 2 BCCI members on a 3-member committee would be able to conduct a fair and impartial probe. However, the 3-member inquiry commission will probe the Chennai Super Kings management as well. According to sources, BCCI President N. Srinivasan said that if the commission finds something against CSK, he may even scrap the franchise but will not let go of his position. Addressing the media a few days ago, Srinivasan had stated that only the management of the Rajasthan Royals franchise would be probed. This reportedly created a huge uproar, and the inquiry commission will now probe the Chennai Super Kings franchise as well. On to more cricket news. Batsman David Warner said yesterday that Australia's aim is to win a 3rd successive ICC Champions Trophy title. Now England and Wales are hosting the last ever Champions Trophy, and Warner wants Australia, who won the competition in 2006 and 2009, to make history by winning it for a 3rd time in a row.
Yeah, it does. Obviously, we won the last previous 2, so hopefully we can get that 3rd in a row and we can lock that up for good and, you know, put that to history. Next few days is to settle in, get the body moving once and foremost, and we have a hit out tomorrow in the nets. Hopefully the weather clears up, otherwise we're going to be indoors and doing some skill-based specific stuff, so hopefully it clears up and we can get out in the, on the turf.
Australia arrived in Cardiff yesterday and are embarking on a long tour starting with next month's Champions Trophy before playing 5 tests against Ashes rivals England from the 10th of July. The current squad only contains 2 of the players who featured in the 2009 final, Shane Watson and Mitchell Johnson, but Warner is confident in the team's ability. Australia have a warm-up match against West Indies at Cardiff Sophia Gardens on Saturday before another practice game against India on the 4th of June. Australia are in Group A for the Champions Trophy along with Sri Lanka, England and New Zealand. Group B is made up of India, South Africa, Pakistan and the West Indies. And today on Entertainment First, we bring you a fresh perspective into an upcoming movie about one of America's greatest heroes. Well, this is The Lone Ranger.
8 men rode into canyons. I dug 7 graves. The men you seek think you are dead. Better to stay that way.
You want me to wear a mask?
Justice is what a man must take for himself.
Buenas tardes, chiquitas.
We gotta go.
You're dead.
Not yet.
It was a ranger riding a white horse. Got some lunatic Indian with him. They coming for you.
If these men represent the law, I'd rather be an outlaw.
He's coming for you.
Let it go!
And that's today's edition of Lunchtime News. For News First, I'm Shanjirang Pati. Goodbye and take care.